Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of the Learn with Efia project with me, Miss Japoma Safua. On today's episode of A WAP Child Guide, we are going to talk about language. As parents, sometimes we are not particularly mindful of our language around our children. But then, we know that, or we have stated in previous episodes of WAP, that even at fetal stages, the children we have now learnt a lot from us. So, in this episode, we are going to delve into how language we use affects our children directly or indirectly. One may ask, why language? Lately, our children are developing some languages that some of us parents are becoming alarmed that where did you learn such language from? Well, it is not from me, the parent. What about their schools? What about the friends they play with? What about the time you were pregnant? What they heard? What about the movies you watch with them? These are instances where children pick up language. So, today's episode is going to discuss extensively how language affects the development and growth of the child. It is backed by research that during the fetal stage, the fetus hears the sounds around them and pick up language. And in previous episodes, we have also indicated that children learn by imitation. So, since the mind is a relative organism that relates what we have heard and confirms to approve that this is something appropriate, we must be careful with our language. If a parent or the environment a child grows in is that of a place that has a lot of people using foul languages, your child relates that those languages are the most appropriate sort of languages to use. Again, when your child grows in an environment where good language is used, your child's mind appropriates that sort of language to the accepted standard of language use. So as parents, we should be mindful of how we use language, even when we are angry. Our choice of language may influence our children's choice of language. In our basic schools, in our kindergartens, in our creches, and our nursery schools, our children are exposed to different sorts of languages. So, it is up to us as parents to make sure that we allow our children to express themselves whilst they are around us. Then we know the type of languages they are accustomed to or have been exposed to by means of school children and friends, playmates, and from you, parents. Also, from their mobile devices which they use for learning and from movies. So that we guide them to identify the acceptable language to use at every time or event. Again, as parents as we are, trying to adopt all four styles of parenting, it is advisable to allow our children to speak freely around us. When they do this, you know what they know. From there, you can guide them to know how to speak and when to speak. We hope that this episode is going to help us as parents to continue our mandate as caregivers and nurturers. See you in the next episode. Stick and stay, don't go anywhere. Bye-bye for now. It's Miss Japoma Safwa and a WAP Child Guide. See you in the next episode.